In the world of Texas tax deed auctions, most people see total chaos and a ton of risk. But what if you could build an engine, a system designed to find predictable profit in all that madness? Well, today we're tearing apart the system that claims to do just that, the Texas Tax Deed Guru.
Okay, let's just jump right into the core problem here. Every single property at these auctions is sold without warranty. That's a fancy way of saying you get it as is, warts and all. So the big question is, how on earth do you build a system that can consistently turn that level of uncertainty into a predictable, data-driven investment? That's what we're going to unpack.
You know, any intelligent system, whether you're talking about a chess grandmaster or a Wall Street algorithm, has to start by mastering the fundamental rules of the game. This system is no different. It literally embeds the core legal framework of Texas property law right into its DNA, into its logic.
And this table right here, this captures both the incredible opportunity and the hidden danger in this market perfectly. So you've got the redemption period. That's the window the original owner has to buy back their property. And if they do, boom, the redemption premium kicks in, guaranteeing the investor a massive 25 or even 50% return. But, and this is a huge but, that without warranty clause means the system has to be incredibly good at due diligence, at sniffing out any hidden liens that could completely wipe out your profit.
Okay, so you've got the rule book down, but rules alone don't win you the game, right? To play at scale, you need data, a massive amount of it. And that's why this system builds its very own proprietary database, the GuruDB, which is literally the fuel for the entire analytical engine. 87. Now, that's not 87 properties. That's the number of concurrent data scraping and cross-referencing agents the system deploys to constantly feed that database. Think about that. This is not some person manually plugging numbers into a spreadsheet. This is a huge automated data gathering machine running 24/7. And this is the absolutely crucial point. This data isn't just being collected for the sake of having data. Every single data point, from market values to zoning codes to property use types, becomes the raw material for a really powerful targeting algorithm. Its whole job is to find the hidden gems and, just as importantly, avoid the landmines. All right, so the system has the rules. It's got the fuel. Now the real magic starts to happen. For every single property it analyzes, the algorithm has to weigh two very different ways you can make money, two paths to profit. On one hand, you've got the quick win, the maximum gross profit, or MGP. This is that guaranteed premium we talked about if the owner redeems the property. It's fast cash. But on the other hand, you've got the long game, the acquisition equity gain, or AEG. This is the instant wealth you build if you end up keeping the property. So the system has to make a choice. Do we go for the fast cash or the long-term gain? So how does it choose? I mean, how does a machine make that kind of judgment call? Well, this brings us to what is really the system's secret sauce, a single metric that boils down all the data, all the risk, and both of those potential profit paths into one simple, powerful number. And this is the critical question, isn't it? How do you actually program a system to make this choice? Not just once, but for hundreds, maybe thousands of properties, all at the same time. And the answer has a name, the True Profitability Score, or TPS. This is the absolute heart of the engine. It's a single weighted number that ranks every single property, and I want you to pay close attention to its priorities. It's explicitly programmed to favor fast capital returns and properties that don't have messy legal issues. So let's pop the hood for a second and see how this score actually works. The system gives a 1.5 times bonus to properties with a shorter 180-day redemption period. Why? Simple. Getting your money back faster so you can reinvest it is a huge advantage. At the same time, it slams a heavy penalty, a multiplier of 1.5 or more if it detects any surviving liens. It's all about quantitatively rewarding speed and punishing risk. But look. A score is just a number on a screen if you don't do anything with it, right? The real power comes from turning that number into a concrete, actionable strategy. So let's see how the TPS directly commands the system's real-world bidding protocol. And this is where it all comes together. A property gets a top-tier TPS score, that's a Category A. The system's orders are crystal clear. Be aggressive, bid high, and lock in that guaranteed profit. Gets a low score, that's Category C. And the command is just as clear. Stay away unless you can basically steal it for next to nothing. There's no emotion, no guesswork, just the score dictating the action. Okay, so let's zoom out now.
we've seen all the individual parts, the rules, the data, the scores, the strategies. Now let's see how they all fit together into this continuous, repeatable process that just runs like clockwork every single month.
You can see the cycle is a well-oiled machine. It starts with weeks of prep work where all those data agents and financial models are doing their thing. Then, boom, it's execution day, the first Tuesday of the month, when human bidding agents on the ground carry out the system's orders. And immediately after a win, the post-acquisition process kicks in, filing deeds, sending notices, and officially starting the clock on that redemption period. Then, the whole cycle just starts right over again. So, when you boil it all down, what's the ultimate goal here? It's not just about buying a few properties. It's about building a quantitative, rule-based engine that can systematically exploit the legally guaranteed profits baked into this market, while at the same time minimizing the risks. It's about creating a scalable process that can be deployed across all 254 counties in Texas, effectively turning a chaotic auction into a predictable investment machine. And this brings us to a final, bigger thought. This whole system is a really powerful example of using data to impose order on a chaotic market. But it does leave us with a broader question. In any complex market, whether it's real estate or the stock market, can a single score, no matter how intelligently it's designed, ever truly capture all the nuances of risk and reward? Something to think about.